Harry bought an award, but he was caught. It all backfired. It was all fake. That's what we want to talk to you guys about in this particular video. But let me tell you a few things here. Why I believe this whole thing was fake, how he bought it and why he bought it. I want to tell you actually one very, very interesting story. Now let's take a look at this article first, because if you do not see this article, you would not know what I'm talking about. So this is written back in the year 2012, I believe, and this was published on April 13th. And this article clearly said that Prince Harry, he flies high after failing his pilot's theory test. Now there is another article, I'll read from this article a little bit more in a second, but there is another article from 2009 that said that Prince Harry flies plane despite failing pilot test. And this article again from 2009, and this is published on February 18. The point here is there are two occasions when we have seen Prince Harry failing his pilot test. But why I'm mentioning about this, let's talk about that for a second. So recently what we have seen on People's Magazine, I think that's where it came, and they basically published this news that Prince Harry to be honored as a living legend of aviation, LOL. I added LOL from me, bonus. And John Travolta is hosting. So what is happening? Let's read. The Duke of Sussex, surrogate, 39, is among the 4 people who will be inducted at the 21st Annual Living Legends of Aviation Awards in Beverly Hills on January 19th. It was announced on Wednesday. The event, hosted by John Travolta, will honor, quote, those who have made significant contributions to aviation aerospace. But my problem is, if a person, according to this article, if you read it, take a look at this article a little bit more, if a person has failed, by the way, Harry never passed the test. The one that I showed you, he failed. He never passed it. But take a look at this article a little bit more, then you can read here and understand better. Prince Harry has taken the controls of training aircraft for the first time during his pilot training days after failing his theory exams. Harry, 24 that time, grinned and shared a joke with his instructor after a session piloting a sling-by Firefly at RAF Buxton Heath, I think, in Lincolnshire. So basically what happened is, even though he failed, but nevertheless he was able to fly. And not only that, he looks like to me he wrote that test again 3 years later, but then he failed. The only test that he passed was a helicopter test, but that would not amount to him having this award, legend aviation, living legend aviation. Unbelievable. These are all fake, and we know he bought it. Why we know he bought it is because somebody who cannot pass a test, a basic pilot exam test, after writing it twice, how can he be awarded with that kind of award is just beyond me. But this is exactly the world we're living in today, where you have money, you can buy anything. So the question is now, why would he buy this award, this living legend of aviation? Why would he buy this award? The answer to that question is very, very simple. If you remember, I want to actually show you this one. I'm giving you context, so don't go anywhere. This is very, very important. Take a look at this article published on May 18th. Before car chase, Duchess of Surrogate spoke about fighting for equity at Woman of Vision Gala. So Meghan Markle, she received this award, or she bought this award, I should say, on May 18th or 17th. She was at this function in New York. Why was she there at that particular time on that day? Well, it is because just few days before that, the coronation took place. Everybody was glued to the TV to watch the coronation, and everybody was thinking about the coronation. Meghan Markle could not handle it. She had to come up with her own PR, so she bought this award, Woman of Vision, whatever It means to distract people's attention from the coronation. I would say she was successful in some way, but then again, the main purpose for that award that she bought was to distract people from the king's coronation. And what happened right after that? We all know the New York car chase took place. So they wanted to have all the attention to themselves. That's why they went to this award function, then they faked the whole car chase thing. It was all made up stories. So Meghan was so desperate for her own PR that she went to this length. Now, that is the time when she received this award. Let's take a look at what Harry is doing right now. Why Harry is buying this particular award? Well, you guessed it right. Only a few days ago, we have seen Harry being snubbed by this British Army. I want to actually show you this article too. By the British Army, his name was not listed among 200 people who received this honor, to be honest with you, from the British Army. In their book, they mention by name. Take a look at this one. So Harry was snubbed by British Army's book on notable soldiers, as brother William writes forward. So Harry was snubbed. He was not mentioned as somebody who is important, even though 200 people were listed, but he was not. So this was a big snub for Harry, and he could not stand it. He had to do something. On top of all of this, we all know how badly Harry and Meghan, they need good PR at the moment, because we have talked about this, how Lady C is warning Harry and Meghan and telling us that by March, April, May, Harry and Meghan could be completely destroyed. And this is why they're probably even more desperate to buy such a award. So Harry went ahead and he bought this award, even though he failed his pilot test twice, maybe 3-4 times, we do not know, because I only found twice that on the internet. I only found twice he failed. It could be more than that. I never found a single article that said he passed the flying test. Never. The only thing that he passed was a chopper, a helicopter test. That is about it. That's his resume. So how can with that resume somebody like a failure like Harry, Prince Harry, can have this kind of living legend of aviation award? Unbelievable. So same thing. I mean, if you follow the story of Meghan Markle, it is exactly the same thing. Harry is following the footsteps of Meghan Markle. Perhaps Meghan was the one who told him, you have to buy this award because our PR is so damaged. It is nobody is actually believing in us anymore. I mean, nobody believed in them anymore anyways, but you got the point. Narcissistic people, they love to think about themselves as somebody very, very higher with a lot of skill and talent and all that. So Meghan probably was the one who told Harry, you have to buy this award. You were snubbed by the British Army book. What are you waiting for? So Harry went ahead and bought this award, and this is going to only backfire and damage their reputation, and he will become even more of a laughing stock, because now he exposed himself by buying this award to us about his past failures. We would not have known his past failures as a pilot, quote unquote. He was never a pilot had he not bought this award. But because he did, now we are digging more into his past and finding more and more failures. And that's what I think this is how it can also explain why Harry always loves to fly on a private jet, because he could not fly one himself, any jet. So maybe this is why he is always going from place A to place B flying on a jet, because again, he just wants to show the world or convince himself it's okay, I failed it, but look at me, I'm flying, right? So that could be another reason, even though it is very, very hypocritical, because flying on a private jet is actually goes against the environmental protection thing that he is vouching for, Prince Harry. And in fact, he said at the UN that the world is on fire, quote unquote, but he is polluting the world by flying on a jet, private jet. But nevertheless, he does this all the time, because he is convincing himself, hey look, I'm not a failure, I'm flying on a private jet, a lot of people cannot. So that could be another ego booster for him, according to him. But this is the story, guys. Unbelievable Prince Harry. They're buying award one after another, and every time it is backfiring big time, and they are getting even more exposed. Let me know in the comment section below your opinion, your thoughts on this. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.